folks, this is Siggi. Nice to see you again. Nice to have you here with me. Some people ask you, can you make a lesson on your minor piece of music, the slide minor thing, and here it is. Well, it is based on a special tuning. This tuning is the E string goes down to the C, tune this note, then the A string goes down to an F, that means another 2 whole steps down. The D string becomes a C, 1 whole note down. Then the G string becomes an F again. G, 1 note down to F. I take a look at my tuner to tell you if I'm really right. And the B string becomes a G sharp, and the E string another C again. So we have 3 C's here. Okay, E string, thin E string down to the C. So what do I do? The whole thing is not a blues. I could call it a boom chick blues, because it is, well, based on this Johnny Cash recording of the song Ain't No Grave, which I think is a traditional. I'm not sure about it. And my pattern is this. This is the groove. I will explain it in a moment, and then with a slider I can slide into the 5th or the 7th, the 12th fret, and it sounds like this. By the way, this is a very cheap guitar that my daughter Annika owns, and I wanted a guitar with a bit of a higher action, but the action is not high enough. I would like to have another one, so sometimes you hear rattle sounds, and well, I'm not an expert on slide playing, but I hope it is enough to tell you and to entertain you a little bit, yeah? Well, here is a little drawing that I've did a moment ago, and it shows you the 4 dots. These notes are the muted thumb pick notes, the bass line. Well, it is, take a look at it again, hope you can see it. It is the A string. I use the old names for the strings here, not the tuned down names. I think that is easier. The A string, then you go to the D string, down to the E string, and back to the D string. So you have this bass line. Maybe you can start with that. And then on the first bass note you have, with your index finger on the right hand, the first finger, the forefinger, you play simultaneously the G string. And then you play the bass note, the D string. Oh, the telephone is ringing. I hope somebody answers. And it is not for me. So, bass note and the forefinger together. Then the bass note on the D string and the middle finger on the open B string, which sounds like this. Then, next step, the deep E string, and well, then, yeah, whoa, I made a mistake, but it doesn't matter. Here, once again, here it is, because I made a mistake here, this note here on the G string, in my first try I wrote it down on the D string, which is wrong, but A and D string together, that's what we start with. Then the bass note and the middle finger of the right hand, we have this. Then we have the bass note, and with your index finger you play the G and the last bass note. It sounds like this. I hope I haven't confused you, but I don't want to do another try. So this is the basic pattern. And then I can go 5th and 7th fret. Sometimes I don't start with the G string and then use the B string, but I start with the B string and use the E string as well. So you check a little bit and test how it works. Just play something like that, and it depends on the melody notes which, well, kind of strings you want to use. Well, then when I go to the 12th fret, I only try to slide into the G, B and E string with the slider so that I can play the bass notes, yeah? And my little fills go like this. (15, 12), 12 on the B. You can find that on your own. So let's give it another try. Now I go into the 7th fret and answer. You can test around a little bit. I use the 7th, 5th on the E, 7th on the B, then the 6th on the B, and the 7th on the G string, and the 5th. So once again, yeah, and in a way that's it. I play it here and check around, test a little bit, and when you can keep the groove going, that's the main thing. So you can do a lot of different things with this tuning and, well, enjoy it, have a lot of fun with it, and see you. Bye bye.